I'd already been meaning to go back through and create a new tutorial for how to install Stable Diffusion from scratch. Not only has a lot changed, but I feel like I've learned a lot in the process. There's now the concept of extensions to worry about. Beyond that, I've also had some comments where people have asked for a more detailed explanation. Some people want to learn a little bit more about the why behind the what, so to speak. So in today's video, I'm going to first start by covering the installation of Github Desktop for Windows. We are going to use the GitHub repository, but instead of the command line, we're going to start here with GitHub Desktop. I found that this is not only the best way to keep Stable Diffusion updated, but also if you're running a lot of different extensions, I found this a lot better and a lot easier to keep those extensions up to date as well. So you're going to want to head to desktop.github.com, go ahead and download for Windows, and once everything's done, you're going to end up with something like this, where you actually have a number of different repositories that you'll be able to pick and choose from. You'll see which ones need to be updated as long as you keep this thing running. You can select each of the individual repositories and update them manually if you like. And you can also go back and forth and actually mess with a lot of different experimental tools, which is great for exactly what we're doing with Stable Diffusion in a lot of cases, especially the Stable Diffusion WebUI by Auto1111. Now, I'm not going to tell you this is the best program I've ever used. In fact, it's a little surprising how clunky it actually is, considering it's built by GitHub. But with a base installation, all you want to do to clone your first repository is click into the File menu, click Clone Repository, and then you want to click on URL. And you can follow these steps, just paste the URL right here in this top line. In our case, we're just going to paste the GitHub link. And as soon as you paste it, you're going to notice that it actually changes the folder name automatically as well to kind of support the folder structure, basically. Now, we're obviously not going to want to install this into itself. That would get very confusing, but I am installing a second version of this for the demonstration. So what we're going to do is just change this, and we're just going to make it Stable Diffusion WebUI 2. When we hit clone, it's going to grab all of the files, and it's going to automatically pull them all right into that folder. Now, in terms of folder structure, personally, I have a drive set aside for projects like this. So you can see that I've got Stable Diffusion WebUI right next to WebUI 2, and this is my F drive. The reason I'm showing you that is it's important to just understand your own folder structure wherever you decide to put things, because you've got an extensions folder that we're going to be dealing with in a second. But you'll also be able to use this tool for any GitHub project, really. If you become more and more familiar with it, it's kind of convenient for that. Now, this is the most bare bones installation you can imagine. It doesn't come with any extensions. It doesn't come with any models. It can't actually create an image right now, but we're not done installing it just yet. We wouldn't want to run this if we don't have Python installed. So it's really important that not only do you follow the instructions and actually install Python, but that you add it to your path as well. Even though I did mention that in my previous video, I still ended up with a number of comments where people had a lot of errors that are caused by this very issue. So definitely double check to make sure that you are installing it into your path. Now, this link for Git is not actually GitHub Desktop. This is actually the command line version of Git, which you should get if you don't already have. But since we've already done all of this, we can actually just run the batch file now. Just like last time, the very first time you run it, it's going to take a long time. It creates a virtual environment folder. It takes a long time to download PyTorch, get everything set up, for example. Now, PyTorch, for those of you who aren't aware, is the program doing a lot of the Python heavy lifting behind these huge machine learning programs. And I'm not just talking about Stable Diffusion. I'm talking about large language models and just machine learning stuff in general. Maybe I'm just more familiar with it, but this seems a little bit more verbose than what it was before. Now, this part I'm going to point out is definitely new, because in my previous installation video, you had to download your own 1.5 model. Actually, it might have even been 1.4 at the time. Now you can see as part of the installation process this time around, though, it's downloading it directly from Hugging Face's Runway ML. They're the real owners of the Stable Diffusion model, and it looks like it's picking up the Safe Tensors version. All right, so that was pretty straightforward. Let's talk for a minute about the stuff that I didn't do on video here, just so you can see for yourself. Now, Python, for example, has a lot of downloads, so make sure that you're getting the right version, like we talked about. So when you head to the Python page, you're going to see a lot of different releases. You're looking for 3.10.6. So when you get to the page, you can just 3.10.6, and you should be able to locate it this way. And the installer is probably easy if you're confused about which one to grab. When it comes to Git, it's a little bit more straightforward. Again, I would just get the standalone installer that matches your installation, most likely a 64-bit. And the GitHub Desktop installation is very, very straightforward. Again, you don't really have to do this, but you're about to see the benefit of doing it this way. One of the most common questions that's come up is, how do I keep this thing up to date? And the answer to that is very tricky, because there is a way that you could make it automatically update, but you probably don't want to do that. It could break a lot of things, especially if your installation gets complicated. That could end up breaking things. You want to be able to control whether or not things are updating. And being able to click on this button at any given time and just fetch the files is the right way to do that. But when you install big stuff, big extensions like Dreambooth or Deforum or ControlNet, or especially if you've got like all three going, you want to be able to control when and where these update. So because Stable Diffusion is actually up and running, and we've got a file, we've got the ability to install extensions directly from here. We can check this for updates. We know that the folder's empty. And from here, you've got the ability to load all of your extensions. You've got the ability to search. So like when we want to grab Dreambooth, we can just go right in here, hit install, and then boom, it's installing. Now, this happens a little bit more behind the scenes than I'd like. You can see that even here, you don't really see what's happening. If we head over to the folder, you'll be able to see in the extensions, you're going to have a Dreambooth extension folder here now. It's installing kind of a lot of stuff going on, and you just got a timer ticking. If this thing fails, if it errors out, I've never really been a huge fan of this. And then, what does this mean? Was it successful? So this isn't ideal in my opinion. It's not my favorite way of doing things. I give a lot of love and respect to this particular repository. This is just not the most graceful way I've seen this done. And that's where GitHub Desktop is going to solve a lot of these problems. Because we've got this extension, we've got this Git directory. Now, if we go into do a clone, just like what we did before, if we paste this URL, we would be able to just put this into a local folder. We don't want to do that in this particular case because we already do got a bunch of files. So there is a way to convert that into this type of setup. If you already have the files, you can just add a local repository and then just choose the extension. I know this is a little confusing because I have two, but you can see that this one's installed into Stable Diffusion WebUI 2, and this is my original. So if I go in here, I can just click fetch and I can check to see that it has all the up-to-date files. And in this case, everything's working correctly. It's actually really handy to be able to go into here, go into the history and see when changes were made, see what was most recently changed. I mean, you can see here in the case of Dreambooth, what we're working with is only maybe 20 days old. Now, as you use GitHub Desktop and your list continues to grow, you can go into each of these little projects and you can click to refresh them manually. You can download whatever the new files are and you'll be able to see any changes that you've made. But let me show you what this looks like in application. Now, I specifically wanted to load up Dreambooth as an example because of Xformers. When we go in and edit the actual batch file, we can add Xformers in there. We've talked about that in the Dreambooth video. And to do that, you would just do -- Xformers. When you save that, you'll be able to close this and we'll no longer see this particular issue anymore. One of the reasons I specifically wanted to show that is when you do that, you're going to end up with a changed file. You've now actually edited one of the main components that this thing's looking for. And you can even see here what it shows you did change, so just in case you're curious. Now, when it comes time to update this, if it gives you any issue, you're able to stash the file, update it, and then restore from your stash, just basically overwriting and putting your changes back in there. So you can actually keep your changes from update to update. And at the same time, when we reload Stable Diffusion, you'll see Dreambooth is now installed. Now let's do one without using the extensions window whatsoever. We can still use this internal browser to find what we're looking for. We're just going to paste the link into GitHub Desktop. So in this case, let's try Deforum. Perfect. Now you'll notice here when you put your mouse over it, you've got the ability to just copy the link address. So we're going to do that. We'll go right into GitHub Desktop. We're going to go clone repository just like before. And we're putting this in the extensions folder directly. So we've got Stable Diffusion WebUI 2 extensions, and then it automatically named the folder. Let's go ahead and clone that. Now, what's happening here is no different from what would have happened over here. The difference is now we've got the ability to see what's going on, we've got error correction, and we've got the list of changes. So when we go to the history here, we can see this was updated as little as 14 hours ago. And so again, we're going to want to close this, reopen it, and once this loads, we should have access to this information within the WebUI as well. Now I know my repository list is getting a little bit ridiculous with all the duplicates, but hopefully yours is a little bit cleaner than this. And hopefully you can start to see the benefit of individual update notifications. So let's see if everything worked. So we've got Deforum, we've got Dream Booth. Let's go ahead and do a basic Deforum animation and see what we end up with. All right, so as you can see, we got output with the pruned 1.5 EMA only safe tensor, whatever the model it was that downloaded automatically. Obviously, we're going to be able to get output with a single picture if we were able to get an entire Deforum. And we're not going to need to test out Dream Booth because I'm pretty confident that that's going to work. But hopefully this gives you an updated idea on how to use GitHub Desktop to kind of keep everything updated and maintained, how to install new extensions into this repository, all that fun stuff. And again, a lot of this workflow is optional. It's mostly what I've been using, but it's a lot easier to be able to tell when stuff needs to be updated this way than it is to depend on anything in the extensions tab here, check for the individual updates. And in cases where sometimes it doesn't seem to know, this just gives me a little bit more confidence that I'm not going to break my entire installation by clicking a button. Now, of course, beyond this, you're going to want to dig into a lot of different extensions. You're going to want to dig into a ton of different settings. Stable Diffusion by itself is amazing, but Automatic's project became a very versatile playground of a ton of different tools. I highly encourage everybody to check out the different options that you have and the different extensions that exist out there, and make sure you're digging into a lot of these settings and setting things to your liking. Things are very customizable. But I do hope people found this helpful. I tried to put it together in a way that even if you're maybe a medium or advanced user, you might have even found something useful in here. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff, but if your question wasn't answered, be sure to check me out in the Discord or in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to elaborate. And this project and these technologies in general seem to always require constant fixing and tweaking and changing anyway. So I've gotten used to that and I really don't mind. Anyway, I hope you have a great night and thanks for watching.